Over the next 2 minutes, I want to make you think about and reflect on how you can make certain activities low stakes in your classroom. Now, traditionally, there are certain words in our vocabulary that we generally don't like. Things like hospital, dentist, doctors, test. Test normally is one of those words as well that sometimes strikes fear into people. And if we're talking about kind of tests all the time, or I'm going to put my results in my markbook, and it can make students quite anxious. And what we want to do is we want to be using our assessment and our quizzing for learning purposes, and not just for actually writing it in a grade book, because often we write it in a grade book and then nothing happens with that score anyway. So we need to make sure it's assessment for learning and not just assessment of learning. And a great way to do this is to change the vocabulary of how you do it. If you're going to be doing a little mini test or an assessment, call it a quiz. If I ask you how many people have been to a pub test before, pub test, why would I know a pub test? And if I then said, oh, we're going to a pub quiz now, who went, oh yeah, I fancy a pub quiz, I like a quiz. But it's the same thing. We're asking questions and you're having to think about the answers and write them down. So change your language. Talk to your children about the fact that we're going to have a quiz this afternoon, and actually see the fact that it's a bit more low stakes because it's a quiz, and because all you want to do is you don't want to be scaring children off or getting them anxious and getting them worried and thinking, I don't want to write the answer down because I'm just not sure if it's right and I don't look silly. It's a quiz, right? Give it a go. And it's all about the retrieval practice and the kind of fetch and carry of old content back to the forefront of our memory that a quiz does. And if we can make those low stakes, we get probably a greater deal of kind of participation from our students, because they're not feeling anxious. They're feeling that they want to do it, and they're enjoying it at the same time, and they might even potentially put a bit more effort in, because actually the anxiety is a little bit lower. Granted, there's a time to raise the stakes, to talk about the fact that this is an end of term assessment and you need to be doing some work to prepare preparation for that, etc., etc. But if you can lower the stakes, and if it's just a weekly or a daily retrieval activity, call it a quiz. Don't call it a test. Lower the anxiety, lower the stakes, and get more children kind of ultimately enjoying what you're doing.